On a forgotten Maine coastline, a white tower has stood against the Atlantic for a century, taking a daily crashing from the sea. Inside lives the 92-year-old keeper, Samuel Whitaker. He has tended this tower every single evening since 1926, never missing a sunset. Today, ships no longer look to shore for guidance. They find their way using an invisible web of global satellite navigation. As technology took over, the need for human keepers vanished. Most lighthouses were automated, turned into museums, or abandoned. The people in the nearby town often wonder why an elderly man remains in a lonely tower when the maritime world has moved on. It creates a situation where a man spends every day mastering a role that the rest of the world has already deemed unnecessary. Inside the lighthouse, the air is still and smells of old wood and oil. Samuel spends his evenings in a wooden rocking chair. It creaks back and forth at a steady, unhurried pace as the light fades. Outside, the waves roll onto the shore in a slow, continuous rhythm that sounds like the deep breathing of the earth. To Samuel, this tower is more than a structure. It is a lifelong companion and his daily reason for waking. He watches the horizon as the sky shifts from gold to orange, and finally to deep purple. When stars appear, it's time to work. There is a specific calm that comes from knowing exactly where you belong and what your hands are meant to do. The evening's work begins at the base of an iron spiral staircase that winds upward into the dark. For a 92-year-old, the climb is a slow, difficult process. He takes it one step at a time, pulling himself upward with the deliberation of 7 decades of practice. At the top, in the lantern room, he meticulously polishes the glass panes to clear away the salt from the sea spray. Finally, he strikes the light. The massive glass lens begins to turn, casting a steady, reliable beam across the black water. He treats this mechanical chore as an act of stewardship, maintaining a piece of history that would otherwise go dark. The light continues to sweep the ocean because one person has decided to climb those stairs every night for 70 years. Miles away in the dark swells of the Atlantic, a fishing boat makes its way home. The captain catches the familiar flash of the beam and recognizes the specific rhythm of Samuel's light. Even with modern GPS on the dash, the sight of a physical beacon offers a sense of safety and permanence that a digital signal lacks. Back at the base of the tower, Samuel returns to his chair, feeling the heavy exhaustion of a job completed. While modern systems are built to be replaced or upgraded, Samuel Whitaker is still doing the same task he began before most modern ships had radios. As the chair rocks, his eyes grow heavy, his breathing falling into sync with the rotation of the light above. The technology of the world changes, but the old lighthouse continues its watch, shining with the quiet rhythm of a life spent in faithful service.
Welcome to tonight's Explainer, a really quiet, gentle space for you to just unwind. We're going to do things a little differently tonight. So go ahead and take a deep, slow breath, and just let the weight of your day completely melt away.
What if tonight you discovered a lighthouse that had been standing completely alone on a forgotten American coastline for over 100 years? And inside lived a man who literally hasn't missed a single sunset since 1926. Okay, let's dive into this gentle story and leave our daily stress far, far behind us.
If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Take another slow, gentle breath. Now travel with me to a quiet little corner of New England. Picture this rocky stretch of coastline up in Maine, where the dark ocean just whispers these ancient secrets to the shore.
Section 1. The Last Lighthouse Keeper, a beacon of reliability. Right here, a tall, white lighthouse has stood watching over the endless Atlantic Ocean for more than a century. And inside this perfectly safe haven lives an old keeper named Samuel Whitaker. Samuel is 92 years old. You can almost see the gentle, peaceful marks of a lifetime spent watching the sea, just etched right into his face. Every single morning he wakes before sunrise, totally grounded in this quiet, predictable rhythm.
And what's really interesting about this is, for over 70 years, that quiet routine hasn't wavered, not even once. Every single evening, without fail, he has climbed that winding staircase to light the beacon.
People in town would often wonder, why did he stay?
The modern world had totally moved on to GPS and automated systems, but Samuel remained. As he put it, the lighthouse wasn't just his home. It was his friend, his purpose, his story. He found this incredibly profound peace in staying exactly where he was, doing exactly what he was meant to do.
Section 2. Fading into twilight, a sensory transition.
I want you to imagine joining Samuel tonight. A really soft ocean breeze is drifting gently through the open window, and he's just sitting there in his favorite wooden rocking chair, wrapped comfortably in a warm, heavy blanket. The chair creaks softly, back and forth, back and forth. Right outside, the waves are rolling lazily onto the dark shore. It's an incredibly peaceful rhythm.
As you let your own body relax right now, imagine that evening sky slowly fading. Samuel is watching the sun disappear beyond the horizon. The sky turns these beautiful shades of gold and then fades to a warm, soft orange, before deepening into a rich, velvety purple. And then, one by one, the stars begin appearing overhead. It's like nature itself was breathing. You see, these are the exact same stars he's watched since he was a child. The very same stars that watch over all those sailors crossing the dark sea. A profound feeling of calm settles over him. The kind of calm that only comes from knowing exactly where you belong under that night sky.
Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds. Lighting the Great Beacon, a ritual of safety.
As the darkness outside deepens, Samuel slowly begins his careful climb up that spiral staircase. Step by step, just slowly, carefully. He reaches the top, where the great lantern room glows so softly in the dark. He follows his nightly protection ritual perfectly, just like always. He polishes the glass windows one last time, and then he lights the great beacon.
The powerful light sweeps out across the ocean, round and round, steady, reliable, totally comforting. Miles away, a fishing boat is crossing the dark water. The captain notices that familiar, warm beam of light, and he just smiles, knowing that some things, thankfully, never change.
Section 4. A peaceful slumber. Drifting away. So, Samuel makes his way back below and settles right back into his chair. His eyes are growing much heavier now. His breathing naturally slows down. The lighthouse hums, just gently. The ocean continues its endless, rolling lullaby, and the wind whispers so softly against the stone walls. Everything is safe. Everything is completely peaceful. Outside, the great beacon just keeps turning, watching, protecting, and guiding, exactly as it's done for over a century. Samuel closes his eyes. Take a nice, deep breath in, and slowly let it out. Just steady. Take one more deep breath in, and slowly release it. Just let your own thoughts begin to drift away with the changing tide. Quiet. The chair rocks so gently, the waves roll endlessly toward the shore, and somewhere out there in the distance, the old lighthouse keeps shining beautifully beneath the stars.
Faithful, as the night grows deeper and deeper and deeper, the whole world just becomes softer, calmer, and so sleepy. So knowing that the beacon is out there watching over you right now, how deeply will you sleep tonight? Just like the lighthouse keeper himself, you can let your thoughts drift away with the tide and gently